We're going to come back. Don't be sad. Pick your chin up off the floor. That's what we'll talk about in today's video. You know, coping with the defeat is really difficult, but you learn from it. And the thing we have to realize, the thing we have to focus on, is that we are right and he is wrong. It's that simple. You know, we're not talking here about something where it's abstract, where, you know, maybe it's a little bit of this or a little bit of that or some nebulous philosophical question. We're talking about the economy. And either Obama's approach is right or our approach is right. They're diametric opposites. And his approach is wrong. His approach will lead to a deeper recession, slower growth, more unemployment, and ultimately to his own defeat. Now, if he's right, if his policies are going to magically cure our problems, well, then we have to go back to the drawing board, not just about politics, but about our whole ideology and our whole belief system. But we don't. We are right. And the first term of Obama was the complete illustration of how right we are. But it didn't go on long enough. It didn't go deep enough. It didn't cut deeply enough. We had all hoped we could spare the country the pain and the agony of going through the full consequences of what Obama has done. But apparently not. Now, people say there's a demographic shift. Yeah, there is. We're going to have to convince an entire new group of African American, Latino, single female, and young voters how monstrous and disastrous Obama's policies are. Just like in the 1930s from the other side, FDR had to convince, and the Great Depression had to convince an entire generation of voters how monstrous Hoover's policies were in the other direction. And that's our mission, and that's going to happen. It's going to happen whether we like it or not, because the level of unemployment, the level of recession, the level of misery will rise to a point where everybody is going to see it. And that'll take place, I hope, by the 14 elections. I expect it will. Certainly by the 16 elections. And we're going to come out of this. And Obama's going to rue the day that he was reelected. You know, he loved to talk about the mess he inherited in his first term. Look at the mess he's inheriting in his second term. A mess of his own making, a mess he can't get out from. And that's fundamentally the reason that the Republican Party is going to come back and does not need to modify its free enterprise, free market, free people message. Absolutely doesn't have to do that. So what do we do in the interim? Well, I don't want to keep you here all lunch or through dinner. I want to give you a chance to eat. So tomorrow I'm going to lay out a 6-point program of what we need to do in particular while we're waiting for history to take its course and make this country understand what a terrible mistake it's made. But don't be sad. History is on our side.